Brother needs to don the emergency guitar ropes. Look, the brother is enjoying the wonderful guitar ropes. What the fuck? Where's the play key D? That is not. There it is. Jazz metal play key D. There's the song. This is from December 18th, 2010. Look at Dad. Look at Dad. Now, need to go to the cameo. Turn thy ditchstick around. Ah, thy ditchstick! Thy ditchstick! Get forth thy compass and square for thy ditchstick. Thy illuminated mason is ready for the Jason and the Argonauts. Saturday, 1344, 55 seconds, year 2024. First month, January, 27th day. And it's the 97% waning Gibson today. Look, the waning Gibson. Look, today is the 27th. The waning illuminated Gibson. The waning Gibson. The waning wieners come upon that stair. We must connect the ding and dong right there. That was the CIA Facebook song of the day right there. 2008, December the 18th, 7 days just before the mouse crawled through the house. Eggs messed with cookies and milk. God, this fucker just don't want to go in. What the fuck? He had too many chickens. Sisterly brother's just been devouring the fucking chickens lately. Just devouring the fuck out of the chickens. So the brother has got the melody. What the fuck? That ain't a question, that's a statement. The fuck has been whatting? The fuck has been whatting? I'm belittling? Comes the belittlement, the fuck has been whatting? Comes the bewhittle, the fuck has been wadding. Wadding and whatting. How many watts are there in thy belittlement? I'm insulted, you fucker! Would you like some pepper with your salt? Take yours! God, the brother needs the welterweight goddamn Evander Holyfield title belt in 3 divisions. Brother needs to hold the welterweight the title belt in 3 divisions here. Jesus Christ. How many fucking straps does one need to get thy wank on? Oh, the fucker fell out. God, what the fuck? Get in there, you bitch. Brother needs to enjoy some meat to the side. Brother needs an educational doctor's video to get some meat going to the side. Hold on. Brother needs to immediately get thy fresh load started. Get thy How come thy wank is not thy jank? That's not a question, that's a statement. Hope thy fucketh is still in. Thy meat is feeling too tight-lidded. The song is fresh in the brain. The song is fresh in the brain. Hold on, the song is fresh in the brain. That's Holy Evander Holyfield's fourth division title. Title holder advancing. Tidal wave. That's the Star Spangled Banner arpeggio. Anyway, so that's the Waning Wiener song from 2010, December 18th. The Waning Wiener song. And that was inside the Waning Wiener room. Which has now been turned into the guitar wall hanging bedroom. The guitar wall hanging bedroom. Now the Sicily brother needs to figure out the key in that song. Ain't got no fingertip protections on yet. That's all unprotected. Brother's having some unprotected Waning Wiener Day today. Unprotected. There has been no pro technician to show up. No pro technician. No pro GoPro. Sounds like the latest GoPro action headband camera. That's an A note. That's the A key. There's the G sharp 7 note. And this is a G sharp 6 note. And that's a sharp 5 note there. So the 6 and the sharp, the 6 and the 5 note are sharpened in the A key. So that would be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Something like that. Just playing around with the jack staff here. Just playing around with the departmental staff. It's the Waning Wieners, 97% Gibson Full Moon. Alright, now I'm gonna go to the video. It's video number 3. The brother plays the chords. Let's go to video number 3 now. Look out! Got the cranial screen rectum. How many cars did you wreck at the junkyard? Well, and why did you have to wreck them? I wrecked them because I needed it. Why did you have to wreck those cars at the junkyard? Well, I wrecked them because I just needed a burst of speed without seeing what was coming around the corner. So that's why you wrecked them, huh?
Yeah, I had to wreck them.
I wrecked them. Are these called anomalies? Word anomalies. Words that sound acceptable in society until one starts to become conscious to all the other pictures that want to pop up in the evidence file at the judge's courtroom. Who said it was the judge's courtroom?
Well, the judge says it's his.
Prove it! That's the harmonic minor. I'll be damned if that's not the Mexican hat dance note. That's the sharp 5, the Mexican hat dance note, which is the sharp 5 in the A key is the F. And the harmonic minor, note, or the sharp 5th, is a major chord. That's the male energy, or Zeus's lightning bolt, known as thought. That's thought energy.
It's also known as the positive battery cable. Positive. It's also known as the Father energy, the Son energy, the Spirit energy, and the story full of holes, the Holy Spirit energy. The story full of holes. It doesn't hold any water. Now the water is the girl energy, and with the phrase that came about in history when studying language study. In order to be a Vatican Pope, one must become a linguist expert, an expert. One must become proficient at spurting eggs. I know it's coming in. There's the 7. And the sharp 6, sharp 6, sharp 6, sharp 6, sharp 5. And that's the 5 right there. Yeah, that's the 5. E is the 5th note. E is the 5th note to the A key. That's do, re, mi, fa, so. So, what'd you do last night? So, isn't that word right there used with Japanese inflection? Japanese inflection. Inflection. Inflection is the tone that a word is used. So, what'd you do last night? Right? In other words, I'm expecting that you share with me what you did, and what you did was probably promiscuous.
Mistake, could you please come to the front counter? Mistake.
This is now converted. The 5 has been converted to a 4, which is the great white megalodon 34 Herschel Walker of the Dallas Cowboys during the 1970s Texas Texas football season. When this brother grew up, it was the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Dallas Cowboys. And Herschel Walker came on the scene. The fullback, number 34. That's the 3 and the 4 note. And inverted, that's 43, the IndyCar 500, the Indy 500 with Richard Petty. That's Petty Officer and Petty Cash. Then go 3, 4, 5. 1, we hear the melody come through. That's the
6
wants to, wanna. Ooh, the sharp 5. No, yeah, the sharp 5, sharp 5, sharp 5. 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. Now, convert the 5 note and change the number. In music, that's how easy it is to experience new emotions. Except they don't teach this in public school. They don't want children to get in touch with emotions because emotions is too close to universal vibrators. Vibrators, as in vibrations or frequencies. You dig? That's why they don't teach this musical insight in public school. Otherwise, the children would be too close to the vibrator. And they just might learn about the Illuminati and the compass and the G-square. Ah, folks! That's not a question. That's a statement. There is such a thing as, folks. That is a word, and it can be used as a noun, or a verb, or a predicate, or any other language construct. It doesn't have to be tied down to Webster's Scorpio Spider Stinger Injection Needle. Get it? Stuck on Father, Son, and the story Holy Spirit full of holes. And it doesn't hold any water. Well, the water energy is the queen energy. Pop! Everyone, it don't end that. I know you're coming through. Ding dong, ding for you. Now back to the original song. The key change. And when the key is changed, and it's suspended in the atmosphere with anticipation, this 3 note converts back to the 5 note. This is where we get deputy sheriff ideas from, folks. It's all hidden in the music. The deputy sheriff idea. You know, key changes. And if the 3 is converted to the 5 note, which in universal vibratory vibration frequency, Mason Jason, Illuminated, compass, and G-square knowledge at the Masons Lodge across from Autzen Stadium on Martin Luther King Jr. Boulevard next to the Little Boys Club near the Dodge car dealership. And look, the Chinese restaurant was shut down during COVID-19 right next to the B&W rich fathery suckers. The fathery suckers in the F key. the suckers, right next to the B&W, rich, fathery suckers, near, of course, a hotel. If this is the 5, then you stupid know. If this is the 3, no. And now the deputy sheriff shows up to change the key back to the 1, the come note climax, running strong as that waning Gibson moon, it looks still long. That's 4 whole steps right there. Look at that. From A, B, to G to F. Actually, 3 whole steps. 4 notes are played, but 3 whole steps are enjoyed. That's vibrations, emotions, vibratory emotions. To get in touch with all emotions, not just what the local county in the public school has taught emotions. You can only express these certain emotions publicly, or else you will be whipped with the whip if you dare express emotions publicly outside the expected civil behavior box. Ooh, is that known as the baseball's batter box? Beam me up, Scotty. Scottish Rite, Freemason, Illuminati General Contractors rules. You can only use certain words on the job site. If you dare say these syllables, you shall be corrected with the Jack Staff Department Store Mediarity whatever. Okay, this is what the abusive mud-stuck Hollywood acting scene. Now, there's nothing wrong with the Hollywood acting scene, but when it's been incorporated as though the acting regime must be followed, and if you don't follow the director's acting scheme, otherwise known as scam or racketeering, you know, like racket, tennis racket, 45 love, what's the score, and who's winning, who's down and who's up? Oh, duality, duality, duality. God, that converted to the C key. Wow. And that's a 2 note in the C key. Wow, that's a nice little ditty. God, man, The emotions just run all over the fretboard. When one decides to break out of the box, out of the civil behavior control mechanism box, the emotions just run wild. Just, they feel like a dog that's been pinned up in a yard. You bring a dog to a big giant field and the dog just runs wild. Just wild. The dog's been pinned up in a house yard for years and years and years. Until you go over to Alton Baker Park over here. Is that where it's at? Eugene, Oregon. They got a dog run. You let the dog off the leash and the dog just jerks wild all over the fucking place. Sniffing everyone's ass he can. He just turns into the ultimate ass sniffer. Goes around sniffing every ass he can get a hold of. No matter if the other dog or the other human or the other living organism wanted their ass sniffed or not, the dog just runs wild with expectation and exuberancy, just glad to be finally loose, and sniffs every aspect in life, every aspect. Every emotional enjoys every emotional aspect that it can, every planetary angle that it could possibly entertain. How many aspects? Remember, Jesus rides into town on an ass, folks. Does this sound like the Biden-Trump team, Trump-Biden? Well, of course! Democrats are known as the asses, and Trump is bringing in Jesus. So Jesus rides in on Biden's skirt tails. I hope you can see the Hollywood movie playing out, folks. Because if you went on YouTube, if you watched enough videos about the stolen presidency, Biden is filming from a fake Hollywood White House, in case you didn't know. In case you didn't know, Biden is always filming from the Hollywood acting White House because he's not really legally the president. But it's part of the script. Both Trump and Biden are playing parts in the script. And why is this going on, folks? I'm going to tell you why. Straight up at ET level, Club Vatican level, they're trying to wake all the people up that are blind to the universal law. They're unconscious. This is a universal effort to bring consciousness to those people who think that war and being stuck in the mud with war abusively is the greatest thing and great again since white, bleached, unnutrient, sliced bread, in case you haven't figured it out yet. The great hologram to raise consciousness, the great, again, hologram, the universal hologram that appears to be something, but it's not. It's a Gordian knot tied all up that's hard to untie. In other words, it's hard to see evidence that is not in the file to be able to see. Until the evidence is placed in the file, you know, the judge has an evidence file that he has to look at, and if he doesn't look at it, then the one in the courtroom can order the judge, look at the evidence file. And if the one in the courtroom, if the judge refuses to look at the evidence file, the one in the courtroom can call on the bailiff, known as the sheriff's deputy, to force that judge's hand on the file door and open the fucker up and bring the evidence out. That is the sheriff's power in the county, folks. Bailiff! That's the sheriff. The bailiff is the deputy. And if the judge doesn't follow the deputy's order, well, guess what? The sheriff comes down on the judge. And seeing how this has been a vote for me society, the sheriff was elected, and when the people rise up and back the sheriff that puts the judge in his fucking spot and forces the judge to bring the evidence out of the file to present it at the court, well, guess what the fucking judge has to do? Yeah! He has to raise his fucking frequency and to bring the vibrator out and start the G-spot and the compass square going. Folks, I hope it's clear. You know, we the people with the original Republic Constitution that was hijacked. But remember, it's part to the Hollywood show because when things get heated, this is when people grow. Hulk Hogan, the radioactivity comes! Comes now! When we the people open up that mouth. That's the audit. Open up that mouth. The new town talk comes in, folks. Change the number. Change the key on the judge. That's the power that the people have to foreclose on the judge. That's the clean energy coming in with the law. The superseding energy, folks. Also known as the private maritime law with the affidavit. That is the lawful claim that rebuts Dr. Suck. And when Dr. Suck has a file, an evidence file, of affidavits sitting in a hiding spot somewhere that he's not bringing out, well, guess what? The people power who wrote those affidavits and sent to his ass have the power to cause. Ah! Look at the evidence, Judge! Bailiff! Remember, the court is anywhere one is at, is the court. Because the voice rises up right where one is at. And remember, this is a Hollywood show, so the judge is going to put on his best act to intimidate your ass to shut the fuck up. But if you know it's a Hollywood show, well, bring the vibration and call his bluff. Pops! And the judge actually wants you to call his bluff because he's an extraterrestrial clone playing a part, hoping and helping you to grow up. It isn't a bad thing to call the judge's bluff. But you might want to train lest the judge strike your ass down when you come forth with the wrong vibration that rubs against his balls the wrong way. That's why you want to become a pope, to learn language construct, which is music, which is vibration. You want to learn how to become vibratory, how to use vibration. In other words, how to cause something that sounds so intimidatingly powerful to actually reflect affection. Affection! The energy that causes the child to want to grow up. That's passion that's often mistaken as rage. Passion that's very often mistaken as rage. You know, like the great suck with the F, passion, that all the children have been trained to be intimidated and uncomfortable with. They've been trained to be lame and tame instead of strong, to demand that the judge look into the evidence file and bring it out. Bailiff! This is all part to the private maritime law, the private side to the maritime system. The private side has not been taught in public, so it has to come out some way. It can't be held down forever, folks. It'll come out no matter fucking what. La 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 la. Okay, now that's the number one major chord, which is the same arpeggiated chord that's used in that song called The Star-Spangled Banner, that was originally written and used as a celebration for the Republic Constitution, the original Republic Constitution. It wasn't originally a democratic constitution. It was originally a Republic Constitution. Remember Ben Franklin, when the people asked Ben Franklin, "What did you give us?" And Ben Franklin said, "A republic." And then he said, "If you can keep it!" Go study the history. It's not supposed to be a democracy. However, democracy is 50% to the republic. But the problem is, democracy went stuck in the mud with democracy, and then went one step further, abusive with it, and then went one more step further, looking to keep it stuck in the mud, abusive democracy for fucking ever. That's the big problem. That's why the Republic needs to rise the fuck up. Without the need, it just happens naturally. Ha! Tired of the fucking witch voodoo doctor telling you what the fuck to do all the time? Wake up! That's a passionate, affectionate wake-up call to encourage the little tiny wake up. That's mother who teaches the children well. You know, like 1776? Was that the Declaration of Independence? Replace of with love, please. The 176 and the 45. Musically, vibratorily, you know, the compass and the G square. You know, the queen energy that squirts all over the forest fire. When Zeus and his lightning bolt wants to get out of hand. That's the utility company. Stuck in the mud with the insurance, State Farm fraud, state nanny, warrior woman, bull dyke, projection. The projection is a Hollywood show, and it's not all bad. It's the bad part is there to force everyone's ass to grow up, because it's natural to stand up to something that pounds one into the ground so heavily. The Incredible Hulk rises naturally, folks. But if you're not there yet, then, you know, just wait for it, because it'll come! Especially when mama's around, coming in front of everyone. That's the Q energy. You know, QAnon. Q, the patriarch movement, the patriot movement. But just remember, the patriot and the QAnon movement has a dark side to it also. And it can go either way, any direction, at any time. But if one has perspective to hold the ship steady during high seas, guess what? Then the Q energy brings in the maritime clean with child. That's the private side. The emergence into the public that's been beating everyone down with bullshit. So it all depends on how bad do you want it? How bad do you want it? How bad do you want to be natural? How bad do you want it? Huh? That's not a question. And if you want it bad and you ain't got it yet, then Mama advises that you start the soul train to get strong. Otherwise, ding dong! When that mud-stuck sheriff comes to knock on the door. Foreclose. What is death? What's a lost body represent? That is a foreclosure on the girl energy. lost the body. And the yogis will tell you this is the greatest thing since sliced bread, because you are not your body. You are just a spirit. And Mama is here to tell you that that story is full of fucking holes. Martial artist, mind over body, bullshitter, snake oil salesman. But remember, actor, acting the part. Remember, part of being strong is bringing the mammary gland and remembering to put it into military distinction perspective. Because if you don't add the word actor on top of it, the judge is gonna cut your fucking head off for calling him an idiot. But if you call him that he's acting like an idiot, now he's gonna think, oh, we got a child that's growing up that knows how to distinguish. Sting, said the Hobbit. What do you call it? Sting. The Sting Wish. The Sting Wish. Become a pope at the Vatican and one shall flourish flowerly. Ding dong with the song. That's the 5 note right there, or that's the sharp 5. The sharp 5 and the 5. Remember, the sharp 5 is the harmonic minor, otherwise known as the Mexican hat dance note. Ooh, yeah. The sharp 5 is also known as and connected to the 3 and the 4. The 5 and the sharp 5 is also converted to a 3 and a 4. And the reason why the conversion is perfect is because it's one piano note right next to the other piano note. 2 white piano notes next to each other. Or if there's a black piano note right next to the white one, then it's a white note and a black piano note. One note right after another. That's known as the half step. You know, like dance moves, to dance the half step. In other words, just to dance very lightly, just little steps. Little steps. 2 notes one right after the other. This is the basis to all heavy metal music, in case you don't know where heavy metal music came from. You know, like gold-backed dollar bill notes, gold-backed, heavy metal, you know, like the currency exchange, gold and silver. Well, what's the Bible ask? What's more precious than gold or silver? What's more valuable? And Mama, or Jesus' sister, comes up and says, well, dope, it's consciousness. What's consciousness? To look at all the evidence and consider everything and accept everything for value. This is the private maritime language. It's called treasury, the treasure chest. The treasure chest. Tit access. You know, Mama's milk from the breast, the galaxy, the Milky Way, to get on the tit. And remember that the San Francisco Bay Area Magdalene nuns or the Navy waves, were put in place by the Vatican Jesuits to go around and teach all the mothers to take the babies off mother's natural milk breast and put them on a plastic bottle with a plastic nipple with cow's milk in it. So if you don't know the history, you might want to go on YouTube and start looking it up and figure out what's going on with the Vatican military extraterrestrial connection. And guess who the oldest Navy wave Magdalene nun on the planet is? And she's still around because she didn't die either. That would be Grandmother Henry. Grandmother Henry. From the King Henry lineage. King Henry, the one that introduced the private maritime law affidavit into the public because he could not sire a military son. Go look at the history, folks. Yeah, Nana, the oldest living Navy wave. Legally now, stuck in the mud with it with legalism. She died in 2017, just after the sheriff stole this house, and this brother Russell went to go live with mother, and then Nana died. And then the senior chief at the military funeral, which Russell showed up, he was the only one that showed up for the family, only Russell showed up. And the senior chief, Navy senior chief, a senior chief in the United States of American Navy told this brother, "This is the oldest living Navy wave." And I had no fucking idea. No fucking idea. I had no fucking idea until he told me that. Yeah, a military petty officer, senior chief, revealed that information. Yeah. If you don't believe me, go look up the public records then. Then you can figure out where the bloodline flows. Why the fuck you think I'm here? There's a whole bunch of imposters out there. Think on that. Now, do you think that I am a Vatican experiment, extraterrestrial Vatican experiment to cause what needs to happen, or not? Well, that's up to you, isn't it? Well, of course it is. That's your republic constitutional speech freedom, ain't it? But the sheriff shares information and evidence irregardless. The sheriff still causes the evidence to come out and shares a story which could be the story. actually 4-3. 4-3. 4-3. 4. Now the phrase has been converted from a girl. Put a dictionary in her hand. Now she's known as the Baphomet. So what's and who is the Baphomet, folks? Well, in the Illuminati Satanist religion, the other side to Christianity, the Baphomet is the satanic god. That's the boy with a dick who grew tits, known as the Baphomet. But if you have not studied the satanic religion, and all you've been studying is one side known as Christianity, well then you're probably unequal and lopsided like a flat tire. Because Biden represents the satanic side to help wake your ass up. Because if you don't know both sides of the fence, folks, you ain't grown up yet. You're just a little child that needs Michael Jackson's mirror reflection to figure out the little pedophile inside that keeps you held down and stamped out from being a full and whole living organism. To learn how to be a pope, you have to know every fucking thing. And the pope isn't sitting in the Vatican chair for no reason, fumbling his thumbs around, looking into the sky, wondering when you're gonna get it. He isn't sitting in the chair for no reason, going around visiting everyone all fucking year for no reason. You think there might be a reason for it? You think he's trying to tell everyone, well, if you open up your mind and look at all the evidence, you could probably be at the Pope's level and have some comprehension of what's going on around the world. You think so, or do you think not? Let alone consider the Black Pope. Ooh, the Jesuit general, the Black Pope, who pulls the White Pope's strings. Look out! And who is the Black Pope today? The Jesuit general, the head public military leader on the earth. Who would that be? Would that be a white man that looks like Winston Shrout, whose name is Arturo Sosa? You might want to go to the YouTube and start studying the military chain of command and figure it out, folks. And just remember, there's all kinds of evidence in the Vatican codes. That's known as the judge's file, the catacomb. You know, the cat lick, the cat that licks the fur with a tongue that has spikes on it, known as the comb. The kitty, cups! Here, kitty, And heaven forbid I start getting into Martin Luther King. Martin Luther, the Protestant Reformation. Heaven forbid the evidence starts coming out with Martin Luther. Yeah, the breakaway. Heaven forbid the evidence come out. Heaven is forbid. Just remember, everything going on in the Vatican is a controlled. It's all controlled. It's rigged. It's staged. And for good reason. Although it can go bad real quick if one wants to stay asleep. Enjoy hell. And then the bounty hunter's gonna come and track your ass down, cause mama does not give up on any child. Just like Obama said, no child left behind. Chick with a dictionary in her hand. Webster's spider needle wrapped up in the Silk Road. Asia wrapped up in the spider's web. The Asian Silk Road wrapped up in the spider's web. Martial arts, mind over matter. Think and grow rich, bitch. Think and grow rich. Bitch, stitch, stitch, stitch. The doctor needs to stitch, needs stitches, stitches, bitches, glitches, baseball pitches. Vatican Pope, bend over, prison Bubba. Here comes the soap with the tub drain, but don't throw the baby out with the bath water tub drain. Teletubbies, fill the tub back up for another scrub. part 2 coming up. We need to wrap this video up. Like to keep them around an hour. Since how YouTube and AT&T has a hard time with the up-to-date military technology. Otherwise, it would be published immediately. Child! That's alright, little guy. Got nothing better to do for the next 4 hours waiting for a YouTube video to upload. Nothing better to do.